Hello, and welcome to episode 7, yes, just 7, of my Modded Career playthrough. God, I should start writing this stuff down. Yeah, last episode we finally designed and tested the R7 Semyorka. We know that works, it's all good in the hood. This episode, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing. I've got a few programs running. Ooh, yes, I think we'll take that. Because we've already got one of these, I believe. Yes, we'll take that. Yes, 2 satellites. Let me just double check on where they want me to put that. Hang on. This might be what we're doing this episode. Yeah, I decided I've got to stop trying to pre-plan. Are they both going the right way? They're both going the same way. This is... See that line there? That represents in which way they wanted to orbit. So they're both going the right way. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do... that's slightly off there. That's okay. That's what we're going to do this mission. We're going to do another one of the Sputnic programs, but we're going to do it with one spacecraft. Multitasking, eh? Who said men can't multitask? Probably me. You watch it all go bloody wrong now. Yes, so we've got a rocket what works, we've got a probe what works. It's all good, I think. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Why is it taking so long to load? So yeah, like I said, I've got 3 programs running. The Sputnik program, which isn't going to be run for very long. The Soyuz program, which is mainly going to... the ultimate aim is to build a craft I can use for docking to my space stations once I've built those. And the lunar program, which obviously is going to do landing on the moon before I do a manned landing. At the moment I don't quite have the equipment I want to do a manned or Kerbal landing of the moon. And I think I would like... yeah, I would like a bit more science before I attempt my first landing. So I think, yeah, we'll just do it this way because we know this works. Was there anything wrong with it apart from I didn't bring back science, which was terrible? my bad. Everything else worked on that craft, I believe. And yeah, we didn't buy any new parts, so yeah, there's going to be no difference in this one at all, apart from it's going to be successful. So yeah, I'm not actually changing any of the craft. I know it's Sputnik 1, but it's technically Sputnik 2. And I don't really need to change a thing, I don't believe. Everything else worked. So yeah, let's just get straight into it this time. So yeah, my plan is, hopefully this will be successful, and we'll bring back some science. I'm going to spend that science, and I think next episode, providing I can buy the right parts I want, we're going to attempt our first landing of the moon, unmanned landing of the moon. It's meant to be a sample return, I believe, so I'm going to have to over-engineer it a little bit. I mean, I believe this rocket is good enough to do what it is. It depends how much science I want to take. Which, obviously, science. I want to take it all. Right, so, yeah. Let's lower that thrust down a tiny bit, sorry. And let's get this one rocking and rolling. Just shimmy that a little bit. It just looks so cool. I love this craft. Just angle it tiny little bit. Yeah, I either want directional solar panels, which would make my life so much easier, so more enjoyable, and the craft looks cool, you know. We need better communication communicate. Do better, yeah, those. As well. Once I've got those, I can start sending probes out of our solar system. Out of our Kerbal influence, so we can send things to like Juno or Eve, which is Venus and Mars. And I'd quite like to do that soon. I want to get the Pathfinder missions going. But I suppose I'm getting ahead of myself. We really need to land on the moon first. So yeah, this mission, when it works, what is it? That one and that one. See, I've got yeah, it's all good. Providing all that works, next episode, I think I'm finally going to go and land on the moon. Because that's good science as well. And there's a lot of things I need to unlock before I start doing manned landings. And I really want to do some manned landings, because as soon as I can do that, I'm going to rake the science in. And that's when the solar system is really opened up to us. Where are we? Map. Getting there slowly. Zoom out. Should I put a bit more throttle on? No, because it's starting to. See? The wind's starting to happen. It does look pretty cool. For the pink one first, and the green one. To be more efficient, if I really wanted to do it that way, you always go for the outside ring first, and then work your way in. But we know this rocket works, and we know it works really well, so I don't have to worry about that too much. This mission's going to be a success. God damn it, it's going to be a success. Come on, baby. A little bit more. Multitasking, eh? Yeah, I think, just let it burn out here. Actually, no, we're going to save that little bit so they pop off as they're meant to. Oh yeah, almost on fire. So, fast forward that till we get out of the atmosphere. Oh, it does look so cool. Yeah, next episode, moon or bust, I think. Definitely. Ooh, slow down. Right. So let's just angle over. And we'll start burning any second. Yeah, map. Okay, so let's do it from this point of view, because it'll look really pretty if you're going off, I believe. Max throttle, and engines flame out, drop those stages. Ooh, pretty. Bye bye. That does look really weird, I've got to admit. Alright, let's angle it over here a bit more, and straighten it out. Still not brilliant. We do need better probes. That's one of the things I want before I go to the moon. I would like better probes. I mean, I could do it with this one, but it's a bit risky. And as you've already seen now, success rating is not great since I banned saving in revert flight. I mean, it's making it more interesting for me. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it, but my god, it's so annoying. That is max. Yep, come on. I'll just toggle up a little bit. Yeah, and I'm going to do the science when we get to the green ring and store it straight away. That's the plan anyway. Because that's still a fairly high orbit. Yeah, so 1 million. Yeah, definitely angle up a little bit. Level out. And any second now. Yeah, when these flip, that's generally where you want it to be. I mean, look, I know it's not equal, but it's above. Just a tiny bit more. As long as it's above 70,000, I don't really care. Much later on, there's an option in MechJed what does automatic launches for you. I will be taking advantage of that, I'm not going to lie. Where are we? Apoapsis over there. So let's do it from the periapsis. Just because it's going to be yeah, because it's going to be closer for me to do than go all the way around, basically. It doesn't really make that much difference, apart from time. Okay, I believe the inclination's at 0. For both of them, I believe, or close enough to 0, it makes very little difference. So yeah, that's going to be our first burn. So let's warp around to there. Where is it? What is going on today? It is being awfully slow. Warp here. Okay, so how far away is that? 1 minute. It's about 400, 420 delta V. Let's just get in the right place. When's that going to pop? Soon. Have I got enough electric to keep me going till then? Yes, I have. Right, the reason I was worried is because my solar panels are underneath this shell. Now I can pop this shell without getting rid of the rocket. I can do that if I wanted to, but I've got plenty of electricity, so I don't really need to worry about that yet. I say 18 seconds burn. About right, maybe. We'll see. We shall see. So nice that we've got a rocket that works. And slow it down, slow down, slow down. We'll give it a little bit longer. I want that to be a bit closer. There. See, ideally you want half the burn to be before the node and half the burn after. So you hit it like dead on. But as I said, you can't always trust these. They're not always accurate. And if you're going through staging, which we will be... Oh, no, we won't. Okay, we've got enough. If you go through staging, obviously the different engines got different IPS or different thrust, so that's going to have to recalculate as it goes along anyway. But yeah, let's start burning now. Go to the map screen so I can see where we're going. Slow that thrust down as we get close to the end. And cut. Just went a bit over actually, I think. Okay, so we've still got that fuel, so that means I am going to actually manually... Come on, map. Hello. I'm going to manually pop this. Because I want... See, now we're pointing... We've got our ass pointed at the sun. Which means we're going to get very little electricity. Electricity. Is it going up or minus? I can't tell. No, it says minus. Is it going down? No, it's going up. See? It's weird. You'd think it'd be the other way around, wouldn't you? Apparently not. So we are still getting a bit of electricity, and we've got enough batteries to sort it out. So, let's warp around to about here. And I'll zoom in and start doing the maneuvers. Going down, going down, going down. It's because we're in the shadow of the Kerbal. And back up again. Okay. Yeah, I think I worked it out. On last episode where I was coming down, and it seemed that the electricity was going down for some reason. I think what happened is... something like Moho or Eve. We must have passed in the shadow of that. It does happen. It's very rare, but it does happen. Add maneuver there. Now, as you can see, this orbit's going to be a bit weird. It's not going to be centered on Kerbal. But that's okay, because we're just messing around here doing this stuff manually. None of that really matters. Right, just want to swing it out the way and maybe turn. Take some delta V off. So, you know, it's not quite right over there. Are we below it? We are below it. So we want to add a little bit onto this, but not too much. Add a bit more thrust. Come on, mouse wheel, be a sport today. And just change the anti-normal. Right, that's going to be close enough, I believe. We've got 7 minutes to there, and it's going to be a 19-second burn. So let's warp to here, and then we'll get into position. Alright, we're definitely going to ditch that stage this time, which will make manoeuvring a lot easier. Yeah, the larger your rocket, in case you haven't worked out, the harder it is to swing things around, like you could do with RCS, which I haven't unlocked yet, actually. That's one of the things I really want to unlock. You can't do any docking without it. Not that I intend to do any docking, but you can't do any docking without RCS thrusters. I mean, I could rendezvous with another craft, if you really want me to. But there would be no point. It'd be just like, hey, how are you guys? We would just wave at each other. There we go, and let's just warp to about there. Warp there, please. Okay. And I'm going to start burning in a second. And I want to zoom out because I need to see where this is going. I know, but I need to see. I'm a control freak. So burn. And plus, we are going to be changing engines halfway through this one. There we go, flame out. And ditch. Fire. Slow that thrust down, now we're getting close to the end. Just trying to move around a bit. I can't wait till I've got maneuvers. Oh. Now, did that complete? Is that going to complete? It's got to be a little bit more, hasn't it? Okay. Ooh, careful. And just a smidgen of throttle. There you go, and it's completed. So, first contract complete. Right, let's ditch this. Now, apoapsis, periapsis. Closer to the apoapsis, so let's do that one first. Ooh, but you see because it's a bit weird, that means this one's going to be weird. Because it's not centered, the distance to there is different to there. It's going to work. We're going to... Right, let me, just so I know, was it lights? Lights, extend those. Okay, so brake was collect and abort was science. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can do it from there. I can't see why not. It's going to be a bit weird and pop over there slightly. But that's okay, I can just change the maneuver. And to be fair, it doesn't have to be matched up anyway, if I'm being truthful. The apoapsis doesn't have to touch the apoapsis or periapsis, it's just my method for doing it. You can do it any way you want. See, now I've gone too far. So let's put that there and move this back a little bit. And that should match about there. Incidentally, if you're running a game with... Oh, I can't think of the name of the mod now. Where you have to use more communication. You have to set up your own communication satellites everywhere. This is the best way to do it. Launch a craft with, I don't know, 4 or 5 of those little satellite dish things on. What can separate each time. Set yourself a nice elliptical orbit like this. And every time you reach the apoapsis, drop one of them off. Oh no, that's wrong as well, isn't it? You have to speed up. Yeah, drop one off, speed it up into a circularization. Leave the craft with them on into this orbit. And when it comes back around again, your satellite will be around here. And then you can drop another one. And so on and so forth until you've got them all the way around. And each one of those acts as a thing. But because I don't have those... In fact, look, see. Because I don't have those, you don't really... I'm not going to bother. We'll have 2, that's what we want. Right, so... I'm not explaining this well. If you want better explanation, go to Scott Manley. He's the man. He is definitely the man. Without him, I wouldn't have... Oh, I need to check my electricity. Keep an eye on that. Up here. No, I want to see, like, yes. Okay. Yeah, without Scott Manley's tutorials, I wouldn't know half the stuff I do. Right, so it's going to be a 21-second burn. And that's 6 minutes, so let's go about there. Whoop. And let's get into position. Yeah, much easier to get into position now it's a smaller craft. On the pro grade, of course it would be. 1 minute away, 21-second burn, 21 seconds. Sorry, ignore me. Water about there. Now, I know it's not quite right. I know. But as you know, there's a little bit of leeway in this. Oh, it's going to start burning. Zoom out because I want to see where this goes. I can multitask. Yay! Slow that right way down. See, I'm losing it. Slow down more. Okay, now that, I've got a feeling, because I lost it quite a bit then, is going to be not quite where I want it to be. Worry about it when I get out there. Right now, just to make sure, because this is going to be a long time warp, one of those is pointing at the sun, yes. Where's the sun gone? Oh, not really, but okay. This way? No. This way. Sod it, it'll do. As long as one of those are pointing at the sun directly, that's all I care about. Map. Right, so let's warp out to here, shall we? Yeah, I've just gone past it there. Map. It's always the last place you look. And now apparently it's not there at all. Oh, there it is. See, now doesn't that look pretty? Ooh. We just need Minmus in the background as well. A total eclipse of my heart. Sorry. I've got to stop plagiarising songs. Yeah. See, my inclination's a bit off. Do you see? That's okay though. That's okay. Because I can do it about here. It doesn't have to be. As I said, it doesn't have to be on the apoapsis. I've got 7 minutes before that burn. That is fine. I can correct it. If I add lots of this. See, now it is weird. See what I mean? But I can change that. Let's see if I put that about there. It's almost centered then. Or it will be by the time we're out at the... See? Apoapsis is matching. As I said, you don't have to do that. That's the method I use because I find it easier. Tiny bit more. Yeah, it's stick with what you know, I think. Right, 6 minute burn. Oh, see, it says 0 burn apparently. You lie! You lie! Okay, right, so zoom right in to there. See, because it's already under there. 5 minutes, and it's a... Yeah, warp here. Please. Thank you, sir. One minute. A bit more, bit more. It's always better to use warp than actually doing it right. I need to zoom out because I need to see where this is going to go. Full throttle. I'll probably turn that right the way down already actually. Notice that I'm having to use less of fuel to make a larger impact on my orbit. That's because the farther away you are from a gravity field, the less you need to. You wait till I have to escape orbit of a Joule. And that takes some doing. Turn that right the way down. Did that complete? No, it did not. Just a tiny bit more. See? A little bit more. And cut it off. There you go, complete. Right, so that's 2 contracts complete. So there's like 200,000 just for doing that. Which is nice, because I only had about 200,000 left after upgrading that. Right, so we can get rid of this now. And let's do the science. Just keep that on, because Get rid of that. Right, so abort. Keep all of that, please. Thank you. No, it was brakes, yes? Yes. And that's collected that all into that little box for me. So now I don't have to worry about ditching it. Lol. Right, so now I've done that, let's turn retrograde. Still got enough to circularize, I think, rather than coming in fast, which we will do. We'll do it like we did last time, the correct way. You know, it's not the NASA way. And burn. Get ready to stop. Multitasking, yay! For science! Multitasking for science. Cut. See, that's just gone a little bit below. Well, that's okay, because we intend to come down there, and I'm going to be burning all the extra fuel off around here. Or quite a lot of it anyway. So, let me just... See, I'm still in the thing, aren't I? Let's warp to here. And get ready to stop this. Yeah, just in case. This is such a pretty game. Yeah, UITC, the dual system. Man, that is something else. Map. That's the orbit of the debris. I've got to destroy those. Every now and then I'll have a clear up. Like, the more stuff you have in your system, the more laggy it can get. So as a rule, I generally don't leave anything up. Apart from like comsats. I will be launching a comsat to each of these moons. It's just so I don't strictly need to, but it means I can land on the dark side, and if I needed to, I can still transmit science and not have to worry about it. So let's turn this into retrograde, and let's bleed this speed. It's 3000. I know I'm way early, but none of that really matters, because all I want to do is get rid of the speed. Burn. That's shrinking as well, but that's fine. Because we're bleeding so much of this off, that's perfectly fine. Altitude on that? 83. Yeah, now it's going in. Right, so exit. I think that's because it wasn't in place, but it's okay. We bladed all that off. Just double check I did do brakes. Yes, I did do brakes. Let's turn those off. Communication things. We are facing retrograde, and let's ditch this stage now. Straighten that a little bit so it's easier for me. Now I know I'm coming in a little bit above, but I'm accounting for how low I've got to go before I hit the atmosphere. Speed it up until we hit drag. Here we go. Okay, so Sputnic 2. I think that was okay. Completed 2 contracts with 1 thing. That's quite good. Yeah, they've changed the career missions through the versions. I've been playing this since 1.1. We're on what, 1.43 now. They've changed them somewhat. Like, back in the day, you could spam, like this mission we've just done, stick a satellite into a specific orbit. You could have, there goes the science. You could have like about 4 or 5 of these, and as long as you accepted those missions before you took off in a rocket, you could accomplish them all in one go, which is what we just did, 2. But now I find you don't get so many double missions, what you can spam. Well, maybe it's just me. It doesn't seem to be that way for me anyway, that's what I've noticed. Yeah, it's coming in fine. Plenty of everything left. Bleeding speed, lovely. It's going to be a land landing as well, I think. Yes. Oh. I'd go into the mountains. Now, that's another biome you can do science in. Not that I can, but the problem with one of these landings is mountains are generally pointy. If you land in the mountains, there's a good chance you might land on a pointy bit and then slide down. And that's when things blow up. Oh dear. It's going to be a... Oh dear. Right, I'm going to drop the chutes as late as possible. We'll turn those off because we know it's bottom heavy and it's going to stick where I want it to be. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a... Oh. Let's see if I can just get over this ridge before I pop the chute. Because once I pop the chute, I'm pretty much going straight down from that point. No, it's going to land right there, isn't it? No! Why like this? Oh, let's pop it. Come on, let's see if I can... Oh, it is. It's really, really going to land there, isn't it? Oh, why? No! No, 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 no. Okay, right. Up until here, it's been a successful mission. Oh. Yeah, back in the day when I used to spam sides from every biome on Kerbal, I found you don't need to do that. There's plenty enough biomes in the solar system for you to get all your science unlocked quite early. So now I don't go quite everywhere I used to. There's no real point. But back in the day when I used to try and spam science from it, look, that's what's left of the science package. We might even see an explosion. Oh. Sometimes you see explosions. Yeah, it's going to land right on that ridge. Okay, let's see what kind of angle it's going to be on. Yeah, as I was saying anyway, back in the day when I used to spam every biome, like landing in the mountains was the most fun. The most fun. I love the shadow. Yeah, later on when we're doing like the lunar landings and things, your shadow is... It tells you when you're about to hit the ground, because like this isn't going to be where I'm going to land, and it's not going to say 0. Definitely not. Is that going to be? Oh, maybe we'll be right. It doesn't look that steep. It doesn't look that steep. Right, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's ditch this so I can see. Yeah, we're coming right down. Yeah, the amount of like moon missions I've failed because I've come down on a mountain and it's just toppled over, or it's just slid down and then fell over and blew up. The amount of Kerbals I've lost from doing that back in the early days. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Not that long ago. That stuff happens, right, so come on. Come on, don't slide. Be a sport. Right, get ready to recover as quickly as it lets me. Don't slide, don't slide, don't slide. It's going to slide. Oh, is it? Yay, it stayed still. Awesome. Successful mission. Woohoo! Yeah, so that's yay. Sputnik. I know it says 1, but let's pretend that says 2 because it was Sputnik 2. And we got 95 science. Okay, is that enough for what I want? Sputnik 2 was a success anyway. Yay! Bit of a dodgy landing, but it's good. And it gives us lots of money. We completed those 2 contracts. Let's see what the next contract can be. Ooh, satellite in orbit of the moon. Equatorial orbit of Kerbal. See, now these 2, we probably couldn't do in 1. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Probe. I don't want, like I said, I don't want Sputnik program to be running for too long. We're not going to accept any of those. I'm going to... Yes, next episode, that's what we're going to do. We're going to send a probe here. Just let me see if that was enough science. 95. What is it? What is it? 160. I can't unlock those, which is what I want. Yeah, this is some of the mods I've put in. We're starting to unlock those things now. Can A drive, for instance, right now, I'm telling you now, I'm not going to use this. I believe it's based off the EM drive, what's being tested at the moment. For those who don't know anything about rocketry, the EM drive was put forward as an oddity, what they couldn't explain. If you fire microwaves into a certain shaped funnel, they found that you could get thrust. Now, that might not sound a lot to you and me, but it breaks the first law of thermodynamics. First or second? First, I think. Basically, you get nothing for free, but they were getting thrust from just adding electricity, basically. But that breaks rules of modern physics. Not that I'm saying our physics model is correct, as anyone will tell you. We're still fiddling with it. But like that broke quite a few laws. And they've recently done more tests on this EM drive, and they found that it doesn't do what it says on the tin. I mean, I wished it could, because that would make it'd make exploring the solar system better. But, yeah, it's now looking like that is not the case. So I've only got 90, so that's basically any of these lines. So what is in this line? Mini docking port. No good without RCS. Storage container. No good without size 2 rockets. Maneuver planner, RCS, lander cam, and the pomegranate, which is 3 Kerbal capacity. I might go for that, because then we can do the Soyuz program after. That's tempting. And the maneuver nodes, that's going to make life a lot easier as well. Landing. I've already got a set of legs. I don't really need that yet. I'm not going to do any aerodynamics. What's this? Don't really need any of those yet either. Little engines. Don't need those. Oh, actually. Oof. That's tempting. I can use these tiny little engines to do super efficient moon landing with a probe. See, that's another one of these catalysts. That's another one of these. What does that use? I forget what that uses as fuel. Locks and electricity. Okay, so that's not too bad. What does it say? They built there's a virtual particles. Oh, it makes virtual particles. Okay, that's with one of these mods I've put in. Virtual particles is a form of fuel you can use, and it's you can produce them. Once again, it's very unlikely I'm going to be using that. That's not the reason I installed this mod. I will get to why I installed that mod later, but that's not the reason. So I probably won't be using those. That's tempting, but I think what I'm going to go for is this one. So I've got RCS thrusters finally. monopropellant and that, and I can go into Soy's, because I wanted a 3-man crew for Soy's, to be honest. So yes, I'm going to buy that. And then I am going to call it for this episode. Next episode, 100%, I swear down. I'm not making it up. We're going to land on the moon with a probe. We might not make it back, but that is the plan. That is what we are going to do. 100%, I promise, I swear, cross my heart and all that jazz. So anyway, calling it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit a like and subscribe, all that jazz. And till next time, take it easy.